Hello and welcome all of you sauce and gravy lovers out there. This is Johnny Mac and thank you for being a part of the Sauce and Gravy channel community. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to make homemade ketchup. There's not much better out there to dip those fries in or to throw on a juicy hamburger. So let's begin with the prep work, shall we? 1 small onion, chop it. Just make sure you try to keep it under control. They can be slippery beasts sometimes. And really, this is all there is to it. You'll just round up the rest of the ingredients and then we're ready to make that ketchup. Pour 2 tablespoons or 30 milliliters of olive oil or vegetable oil of your choice into a non-reactive saute pan over medium to high heat. I like this high-sided non-stick pan, especially whenever I'm working with tomatoes and cooking them for a long period of time. You'll fry the onions until they're lightly golden brown around the edges. And then you'll ever so skillfully mince 2 cloves of garlic. And a bullseye it is. You definitely have to keep your eye on the garlic. You don't want to burn it. Cook it for about 30 seconds to 1 minute until it starts to release that garlicky smell into the air. So that's step 1 of the process. This is step 2. You'll add half of a cup or 125 milliliters of red wine vinegar and half of a cup of dark brown sugar. That's about 65 grams. Crank your burner up to high heat. Reduce this mixture down by half. That'll take roughly about 5 minutes to do. While this is simmering away, you'll want to get a few things ready for the next step of the process. Grab all of your spices, get them ready, and 1 28-ounce can of the best diced tomatoes out there. Eat gravy, be happy tomatoes. Who could possibly resist the smiley face? But grab a bowl, grab something to strain them with, and strain out the tomatoes from the liquid. Alright, so here we go. Everything looks good. This is reduced by half. Now it's time to move on to step number 3. We're going to throw in pretty much everything else except for the diced tomatoes. Drop in half of a cup or 155 grams of honey. Make sure you get all of it. It likes to stick to the sides. And here comes the rest of it. Half of a cup or 125 milliliters of orange juice. I'm using fresh orange juice, just squeezed. And a little dab of Worcestershire sauce will do you, about a teaspoon or so. Then you'll toss in 1 lemon that's been peeled, the white pith removed, and all of the seeds that you can possibly remove removed. Time for you to spice it up a little bit. Half of a teaspoon of mustard powder, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, 2 teaspoons of allspice, half of a teaspoon of ground clove, and 2 teaspoons of salt, and a partridge in a pear tree. No, don't put a partridge in a pear tree in there. Just add the liquid from the diced tomatoes. Make sure that you leave the tomatoes out, put them to the side. They'll be part of our final cooking process. Give everything a stir, and you'll want to make sure that the temperature is over medium heat. Simmer this ever so gently for roughly about 5 minutes until it starts to become nice and thick and syrupy. And for an added bonus, if you'd like to take that spatula and hit those lemons with it, you can, but you don't have to. It does help break them up, but it's not necessary. We're wrapping up this step of the process. For a final touch, I'm giving it a spank of pepper. Check it out. The bubbles are well pronounced. The liquid has a syrup type consistency. And this is the final step of the cooking process. Dump those eat gravy be happy diced tomatoes right on in. Simmer this ever so gently on medium to low for 20 to 30 minutes. Don't put a lid on it. You want the liquids to reduce down and evaporate. You want this to become as thick as a ketchup. But watch it. Definitely want to keep an eye on the liquid level. If it gets too low too quick, you can always add a dash of water. You don't want to burn everything. And keep your eyes peeled. Inevitably, you'll find those pesky lemon seeds. Just grab a spoon and fish them on out. And after 30 minutes, this is what it looks like. It's thick, it's rich, it has that ketchup type consistency, except for it has those large chunks of tomatoes, but don't worry, we can take care of that. I'm going to use a food processor. You can use any type of blender that you like. You can use an immersion blender, a regular blender. If you let it cool down, heck, you could use a smoothie maker, why not? Another thing is you can make it as smooth or as chunky as you like. It's taster's choice. So it's been a few minutes, blended up everything. I like mine to have a tiny bit of texture. I want you to know that, hey, this is a homemade ketchup. It's got texture, it's got flavor, it's got taste. It's not that store-bought stuff. For your viewing pleasure, let's throw a burger together real quick and put this homemade ketchup to good use. And that, all you sauce and gravy lovers out there, is how you make a homemade ketchup. And if you found this recipe helpful, hit that like button. And if you're not a member of the Sauce and Gravy Nation quite yet, smash that subscribe button to stay tuned to the latest and greatest sauce and gravy videos and to learn more sauce and gravy making tips and techniques.